Tired of your old kitchen or bathroom? Upgrade to the home of your dreams with Manny and Courtney from CMK Construction. CMK Construction is Tampa's award-winning kitchen and bath leader for over 20 years. Right now, save $3,000 on a new kitchen and $2,000 on a new bathroom. And take advantage of our no money down and no interest financing until 2026. Imagine, design, build.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A. This is Dennis Phillips Live Plus. Brought to you by CMK Construction, crafting Tampa's most exquisite bathrooms and kitchens.
How you doing, everybody? It is a Wednesday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live, and I got to tell you, I'm actually excited for the show. I mean, I'm always excited for the show. I always love the interaction. I always love the camaraderie. But tonight, we got everybody here. We are live on the spot, OTA 66.1. In case you had not heard, we are the official broadcast home of the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have now won 11 straight games after beating the Pittsburgh Penguins in a shootout last night, as seen not just on the spot, but on the Tampa Bay 28 station as well. So we are live on the spot because the bolts are off. We are live on Facebook. I am live on Instagram today. I threw on Instagram as part of the mix as well. We've got folks in Instagram here. So Wayne Perez just joined in from Instagram. How you doing? We've got lots of people on Instagram. We obviously have lots on Facebook because that's kind of our core. We started DPL on Facebook, so we're going to do some hellos. But honestly, for the first time in quite a while, we actually have some weather to talk about. Look, I love chit-chatting. We've been doing movie quote trivia. We've been talking about all sorts of stuff. We have our special guests that come in from time to time. But this did start as a weather chat group, and the fact that we have got rain coming in, the fact that we have a freeze watch in effect for tomorrow night and Friday morning, and most importantly, the chance of a little bit of snow for North Florida on Sunday. Now, when I say a little bit of snow, what are we actually talking about? Well, if you remember, it was a year ago that we had 9 or 10 inches of snow in Pensacola, and we had a snow of all-time record proportions in the state of Florida. So are we forecasting anything close to that? We are not. However, I'm going to jump right in and show you what the latest 18Z GFS and Euro models are showing. Then we'll do some hellos. Then we'll give our forecast. Then we'll talk about the rain. And I mean, I'm just going to jump right in here. This is the 18Z Euro, okay? And it brings the rain in tonight, which is awesome. We need the rain. We are going to get it. And then you notice, look at the 540 line. Where is Sean? Where is Sean? I want to know, because Sean is the guy who loves the 540 line. If you aren't familiar with what the 540 line is, it's the rain-snow line. It's the freezing line. And when you see that blue line right there, that is the freezing line. And it gets very, very close to Tampa. Now, then it starts to retreat north, but, so this is Friday night, 7 o'clock. This is Saturday morning, 7 o'clock. This is Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Saturday's going to be a great day, actually. Saturday's, I'm reading. I can't wait to share some of the comments because you guys are cracking me up here. See, everybody gets hyped about the possibility of some snowflakes in Florida. We do. And if anybody's taking this all so seriously, oh, we're not going to get snow in Tampa. Oh, who cares? It's something to talk about. So anyway, here's Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock. This is the Euro. All right, Saturday night at 7 o'clock, still nothing. Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. Look at the 540 line digging down, and then what do your eyes see there? 7 a.m. Sunday morning, you see that little blue, that blue stuff? All right, and look at 1 o'clock, Sunday afternoon. This is the Euro. Now, we are using the deterministic model, not the ensembles. Why? Because this is 4 days out, guys. And there's no reason to think that a model cannot handle something close to 4 days out. Now, rain, snow, let me tell you something. All right, I'm going to jump back in here. I have been doing weather for 40 years. I started when I was 2, all right? And I'm telling you flat out, rain snow lines are by far the hardest thing to predict in weather. Harder than hurricanes, harder than anything. Harder than heat lightning, for heaven's sakes. All right, if you know, you know. So predicting a rain snow line in Florida is a losing proposition. But we're going to try it anyway. All right, so I'm going to go back and show you this full, okay? So here we go. This is the Euro at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. That blue stuff is snow. So let's look at the GFS. We're like, well, okay, the Euro, there's no way there could be any agreement in models on snow potential on Sunday, 4 days out, right? Let's look at the GFS. What? There's the GFS, there's the Euro. GFS, Euro. That, my friends, is identical, to quote my cousin Vinny, all right? It is identical. So, does that mean it's going to happen? Of course not. But does it mean it could happen? Yeah, it absolutely could. For a number of reasons why it could. And we're going to get into that coming up in a couple of minutes, answering your questions about where's the best place to ski in Tallahassee? Would you like to go sledding on any... All right, again, we're saying this in jest. We're having some fun because I haven't been able to talk about weather in this show in I don't know how long because we haven't had any. So I'm loving this. This is awesome. Let's do some hellos. We already talked to our folks on Instagram. We've got Patty talking about the 540 line going. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's going way south, right? Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Mike's at Harrisburg right now. Mike is a former Bay Area resident, maybe bringing the snow with him. Nicole wants to know if Pinellas County is going to see snow. No. I do not see in any world this snow making it down to our area because I think the precip is going to stay north of us. Now, if the precip were to unexpectedly shift a little more to the south, then might there be an opportunity for some snowflakes? No, because in our area, it's going to be too warm. So the reason we talk about this is because I cannot tell you how many times I get messages daily, this kind of situation. Where do I need to drive to see snow? How many of y'all drove to the Panhandle last year when it snowed? I know there's some people raising their hands. I know there is. Because it was 10 inches of snow, for heaven's sakes, in Pensacola. Tallahassee had a couple inches of snow. And for the record, I think Tallahassee could get accumulating snow out of this. The models are hinting at that. It is a possibility. To quote Charlton Heston in Armageddon, it happened before, it will happen again. Back to movie quote trivia. It always goes back to movie quote trivia. So what we've got here, we've got Tatum. How you doing? The Panhandle always gets the snow. Bring it down to the Bay Area. I'm with you. Laura, identical. You're exactly right. Orlando wants to know where we're talking in the Panhandle. Could it make it to Jacksonville, Debbie says? Probably not. You probably have too much warm air coming in off the Atlantic for Jacksonville to get in on it. Does FSU have cross-country skiing? That's a good question, Conrad. Mike, how you doing? My buddy Mike from Mike's Weather Page is in Gatlinburg right now. Mike, you're leaving when the snow's coming this way. What the heck is going on? Mike actually messaged me about having a snowball fight. Lorianne wants to know if I got my parka. I did not. So I am curious, all right? We're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll come back, and we'll start giving some specifics on snow and rain and freeze for us, because we do have to talk about that freeze for tomorrow night. And I don't think it's going to be as widespread as this map shows, in my opinion. But we'll talk about that in a second. But I'm curious, how many of y'all would actually say, if we were to get an inch of snow in Tallahassee, you guys would road trip it up? I'm curious. I tell you, I might even do it. There's the potential I might even go. If I were on Saturday night to go on here and say, you know what? They're going to get a couple inches of snow, I would go. Absolutely would go. I would drive it. Without any doubt, I would drive it. So would you? I'm curious. Anyway, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break on the spot. We're going to have, and if you're watching on TV, I appreciate you. Follow along on social at the same time, because you can see all the shenanigans and tomfoolery that are going on. Do you just feel the energy? There's just we have taken it to the next level today, even if it's just because of a couple of snowflakes are possible. We'll talk about that and give you our local rain and freeze forecast coming up in 90 seconds as DPL continues. Okay, we are in a commercial break, and we are not freezing yet either. So far, all is good in the world. We're not freezing. The computers are working. We're in the commercial break. Michelle says you would not take a road trip. You would not do it. Oh, Brian says Gainesville had snow in 1989 for Christmas. Oh, Brian, you're preaching to the choir, my man, because I moved to Gainesville in August of 1989. And on Christmas morning, I went into work with 2 inches of snow on the ground. And did I forecast that snow for Gainesville Christmas morning? I did not. I was as shocked as that. And I came from up north, where I have experience in forecasting snow. But man, I didn't see that one coming. Christmas morning, my first white Christmas in a decade was when I moved to Florida my first year. Go figure, 1989. It was crazy. All right, we are back in 20 seconds on TV. Snow in Mount Dora possible? Yes. No, I don't think so. No freezing on YouTube either, John says. So I will give it up to our crack staff of engineering. Steven specifically, they moved internet stuff around because we're back on TV. Now, how you doing, everybody? Back on Dennis Phillips Live. We were just talking about the last time we had measurable snow south of I-4. Well, no, not south of I-4, but Gainesville, 1989. I moved to Gainesville in 1989 from Salisbury, Maryland, and we had 2 inches of snow on Christmas morning in Gainesville. So let's go ahead and let's just talk about the reality of it is. Now, I mean, look, we see snow on a map. I'll show it to you again. Here, let's just go ahead and look at some of the 12Z maps as well. There is a legitimate chance there could be some snow on Sunday. Do I think it's going to be accumulating? Probably not. But you know what? So you say there's a chance. So we say it again. This is Sunday morning. This is the GFS. And you can see not only is there snow, there's a little bit of ice behind it. But there it is. That is the wedge of cold air coming down. Moisture coming in from the Gulf, because the big problem was not the cold air. We know there's lots of cold air. Look at that 540 line digging all the way down to the Gulf. The question was there enough moisture? And earlier on, the models were saying no. But now, look at the difference. Why? Because low pressure developing off the coast of the Carolinas. Now, the GFS is back on board for some significant snows on the Carolinas on Sunday night. The jury is still out on that. If you look at the Euro is not nearly as aggressive with that low. It does develop it, but not as aggressive. So less precip along the Carolinas. So if you want snow in the Carolinas, if Cruise Mike is here, then you want the GFS to be right. But at the end of the day, look at that 540 line. Look at that freezing line. Look how far south it makes it to. New Orleans, Mobile, Pensacola, Tallahassee. And a close-up view again, here is the GFS. Sunday morning, 7 a.m., Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock. Here's the Euro, Sunday morning, 7 a.m., Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock. It absolutely has that period, especially in southern Georgia. But even in western Florida and the Panhandle, up around Tallahassee, there's the chance of accumulating snow. The reality of it is, if you want me to sit here and say, do I truly, in my heart of heart, thinks that there will be accumulating snow in Florida Sunday? My answer is probably no. But I think there's maybe a 30% chance. So you say there's a chance, so we got a chance, right? Now, that's what's going on up north. Let's talk about what we're dealing with, because one, we got some rain coming, and that is awesome. And we got some cold coming, and that might not be awesome for some folks. Some folks don't like it. What kind of comments you guys got going? Bradenton, Kathleen wants to know, do I need to bring my plants in off the porch 4 miles inland? I think you do not, Kathleen. I don't think it's going to be a nor'easter, Mandy, because I think it's going to move offshore. All right? And let's talk about that. I love your stories, guys. These are great. So Peggy's talking about working at Eckert Drugs one Christmas. It was so cold, they tried to heat up food that they brought in, and they could not because of rolling blackouts that day. So, no snow in Gulfport, Red. No snow. So Sarah grew up in Northern Virginia, as did I, Sarah. I went to Woodson High School, so I know that well. I know that area very well. So let's talk, again, a little bit more about, thank you, Betty, appreciate it. Again, you can just feel we've got more energy today because there's weather to talk about. It makes the show more enjoyable when there's actually stuff to talk about. There's the freeze warning. I am going to be on the record right now, and look, I am not disputing the forecast, but in my opinion, with the winds being what they will be tomorrow night into early on Friday, I think it's more likely that we're going to see a cold weather advisory / wind chill advisory. The name was changed. It's the same. Than we would have for an actual freeze for most of Hillsborough, Pinellas, Polk County southward. I'm not saying there's not a chance, because I think they could get 31, 32 in that ballpark. But I think it's more likely Pasco County north could see upper 20s and lower 30s on Friday morning. So we'll see how the new numbers come out with the 0Z runs after midnight. But officially, right now from the Weather Service, the freeze watch, not a warning because it's not 24 hours out. I think they will update that to a warning either 11 o'clock tonight, probably 11 o'clock tonight, or at the very latest 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. But again, let's take this full. You don't need to see me. So that blue color is where there is a freeze watch in effect. Now, when you see that temperatures as low as 24, that was from the Weather Service, that would be extreme northern Citrus County. Most of our area, upper 20s to lower 30s. All right? There's the rain that's going on right now. Glenna wants to know, Trinity Friday morning, 32 degrees in Trinity, right at the freezing mark, maybe even 31. Somerville, South Carolina, Linda wants to know. Tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to go through the forecast for us, and then in the last segment, I will answer all your questions. We will do the heat lightning round, as we often do. There's the rain that's falling right now with temperatures in the 60s. All right, this morning it was not cold as we forecast. Jody, you're hidden again. Don't know why. I just unhid you. Strangest thing. 50s to low 60s. That was this morning. The afternoon, we hit 50s to low 60s in some spots, but even low 70s Tampa to Plant City. It was not a cold day. That changes tomorrow. All right? 64 in Tampa right now, humidity 72%. The high today, 70, the low 60. The rain will come in tonight. We've already had some scattered showers. Here's Futurecast. 8 o'clock tonight. Let's go ahead and back it up just a little bit. Back it up. All right, we're going to back it up. So this is 2 a.m. We're going to go back to 11. All right, there's 11. There's 12. Midnight tonight. There's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It's going to rain overnight. It's good sleeping weather. Maybe a little bit of rumble of thunder as well. 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Greg will be back from that very thorough weather conference at the ski resort out west. I'm not bitter, no. Because, we talked about this a lot. Look, there is a very, very awesome weather conference with all that skiing and fun times to be had out there. But there was weather as well. I'm totally joking. I've been to that conference, and it's a great conference. It's still a lot of fun. 7 a.m. Thursday morning, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And notice how things begin to clear out in the afternoon, all right? And when they clear out, that is when temperatures are going to drop. And they will continue to drop. And we'll tell you how low they will go in 90 seconds as DPL continues. Where was my break? Hey, where was my break, producers? Oh, producers, I did not see one, Sandy, thank you for the stars. I did not see one break suggestion. Not a single one. So you guys fail, all right? Failure, because maybe Charlotte's not here. Nope, no snow in Hudson, Gina. No snow in Spring Hill. Dave's in Frisco, Texas, where it is 45 degrees right now. Where was my, we have one more break, and we got to hit it at about 54 at the absolute latest, all right? So, oh, thank you. Thank you now for the break comments, Kevin and Andrew. Appreciate it. Yeah, Mary, thank you so much. That's really helpful. Yes, it was your bad. Look, I don't have a producer on this show. I depend on you guys. Actually, Jocelyn is my handler / producer, but she's not here. She handles the guests, and she handles me as the best that anybody can. But during the show, I got to toss the break sometimes. So I need you guys. You failed. You're right, John. That was, oh yeah, sure, Janet. Tell me about a spammer, but you didn't tell me it was a break, did you? We're back in 3, 2. Welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live. Let's jump right into temperatures because we got to get going. We got stuff to talk about, right? All right, so again, it will not be cold tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to answer questions in the last segment. Predictions for Orlando, Michelle wants to know. It's going to be just like Tampa pretty much. Lows in the lower 30s. Okay, so the rain is gone by Friday, and we're back to sunny, beautiful day on Saturday. Highs tomorrow, upper 50s. The temperatures will fall through the afternoon. Here are the temperatures. This looks like my EKG when I was watching the football game over the weekend. Friday, 59 degrees. We will start in the upper 20s to low 30s, Pasco, Hernando, Citrus, Sumter. Orlando as well. Hillsboro, 32 to 34 on Friday morning. Pinellas, mid to upper 30s, near 50 along the coast. Significantly warmer. Sunday, that next area of cold air comes in, and the potential for the rain-snow mix or snow. Here's what and there's the rain that we have tomorrow. Guys, this is the way it plays out. Tomorrow at about 1 in the afternoon, when the 12Z numbers come in, the 18Z showing snow for the Panhandle, some, 0Z not out yet. If the 12Z is showing something similar to what we're looking at right now, I'm going to bump that chance up to about 60% for snow in Tallahassee on Sunday. So there is absolutely a chance. So the timing for us, the rain is overnight tonight, ending by mid-morning tomorrow. Cold temperatures falling through the day tomorrow with the winds picking up, all right? A blustery cold morning on Friday. This is not a voluntary snuggle alert. This is a mandatory snuggle alert on Friday morning. You know when they say when there's a hurricane coming and the deputies go around and make sure people evacuated? Same thing. They're going to go around checking and make sure that there's snuggling going on. It is a thing. I'm just telling you. That's on Friday morning, all right? Friday afternoon, we only warm up in the upper 50s. Saturday, beautiful day. Here, let's take the 7-day. Let's go ahead and take the 7-day. Instead of me talking about it, let's just go ahead and take it, right? Here is the 7-day. 69 on Saturday, 62 on Sunday, a 20% chance of rain in our northern counties. And unless there's something drastically changing Oh, I do need to go a new break. Thank you, Anna Maria. Oh, you guys got me here on break. Thank you. You guys, well, actually, I knew it because that's why I went to the 7-day. But thank you. Sunday, northern counties rain. Is there even a chance that that could be mixed with snow on Sunday? We'll talk about it in our last segment on DPL. Thank you. Thank you for the break. Thank you, guys. See, you failed me once, but luckily that time you did not fail me again. And we will have 2 minutes for the last segment of Heat Lightning rounds. All right. Okay. So, yeah, look at that. Now you guys are on the ball. Oh, we have somebody to ban. Wait a minute. Stand by. Who am I banning? I don't have time to ban anybody right now. I'm in far too good of a mood that we actually had some weather to talk about, that the show is not freezing. I mean, it's actually the way this is supposed to run, which is a shocker. It's supposed to have some weather to talk about. I can talk with you without you guys losing signal and having it freeze. The commercial breaks run. This is glorious. This is what I envisioned the show would be like. Not we're frozen, we're frozen, we're frozen, or the computer locks up, or the brakes don't run, all of which happened this week. So right now, I'm in a good mood, so I'm not going to ban anybody. Spammers, have at it. Tomorrow, I got your number, but today, have at it, okay? I got you. I saw that Mike was here. Yeah, Mike's up in Gatlinburg. So, all right, so we're in our last 10 seconds, and we're going to do our lightning round, all right? Lightning round. I'm just going to answer questions to 58. Then we'll stay on Facebook for a minute. In 3, 2. Welcome back to our last edition of DPL for the night. We'll be back tomorrow night on the spot as well, which is good timing because we'll have a better chance to talk about snow. We'll have a better chance to talk about rain. We'll have a better chance to talk about cold. But right now, lightning round, answering your questions. Bonnie wants to know, will there be any severe weather tonight? Good question. I do not believe so. There could be a rumble of thunder. I do not expect anything severe, all right? Amber, do you need to cover your plants in Gulfport? I say no. I do not think you will be freezing. Jennifer, asking about wrapping your pipes. No. Do not think it'll be that cold even in our northern counties. I do think there'll be maybe 27 to 30, but probably for not a prolonged period of time. How cold in Ocala? 25. Ocala's going to be colder with the elevation. All right? Rob said, if you guys doing to snuggle with, am I available? But it did say LAMAO after that. So, you know, if you know, you know. Again, snuggle alert for tomorrow night. Freeze watch, which will likely become a freeze warning tonight at 11. If not 11, definitely at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. I believe along the coast, we will not freeze with the exception of maybe Citrus and Hernando County. And Jody, you are still hidden. I do not know why. Could Eustis, Florida see a mix of flurries on Sunday? I do not believe so, Michelle. I do not believe so. How cold in Webster? Low to mid-20s in Webster. Low to mid-20s. Will it snow in southwest Georgia Sunday? RV Wills? I think it will. I think it will. How cold in Tampa? 31 to 33. All right. Wifey will love the snuggle alert, says Brent. You know what? I would hope so. And I will give you a note. If you need a note for your partner to say, look, this is not a joking matter. This is a mandatory snuggle alert. And Dennis will give a note if necessary. So I'm just telling you. All right, so tomorrow night, here's the plan. All right? The computers are going to work just like they... I am a kid in a candy store right now because I'm telling you, the show's working on TV, the computer's working on the internet, this computer's working, you guys are here, we got lots of folks, it's been a good time, lots of comments. You failed me on the break to let me know about the break, but otherwise it's good. Tomorrow night, same time, same place. We're going to talk maybe about a better chance of snow. We're going to talk about what will be a freeze warning. The rain will be over, and we will be right back here enjoying each other's company as we do every night on DPL. Folks, thanks so much for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you on tomorrow night's edition of Dennis Phillips Live. Oh, man, that was such a good show, guys. That really went well. I forgot how much fun this show is when the internet works. It's just glorious. Yes, You are correct, Michael. Lumen is working. Severance, they did their thing. Emily, how you doing? Exactly. Look, if I'm telling you guys, you got to, I don't even care about spammers. You know what? I will let a spammer have their day. I will let a spammer have their day. You have your moment in time. I ain't blocking you because I am so happy this show worked tonight. Because we had a lot of people. We're talking about snow, whether or not it happens or not. Let's be honest, guys. Probably not. But, you know, there's a chance. So I'm going to be up. I'll be posting the 0Z GFS, 0Z Euro. I'm telling you this. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not banning for a particular reason. I just wanted to hit the buzzer because I'm in a good mood. All right. If the 12Z run comes in tomorrow and continues to show some snow in the Panhandle, I think it's going to happen. And I'm telling you right now, if it gets to the point where I think they're going to get a couple inches of snow, I got a four-wheel drive 4Runner. I do. I never use it. I don't even know. I don't know if I've had that car since 2017. I don't think I've ever put it in four-wheel drive. It's a true story. I've had that car since 2017. It has four-wheel drive. I don't even know how to do it. But if I see on Saturday night, because I couldn't go last year because it was during the week and I had to work. But if I see on Saturday night that there's some snow that's going to fall in the Panhandle, I am going up there. And I guarantee you Ryan's going to want to go with me, my daughter. She will want to go. So there you go. And we can, you know what? We can do a caravan. we can meet up at a Buc-ee's. I don't think there's a Buc-ee's on the way up there anymore. There's going to be one in Ocala, but I don't think it's open yet. We can meet somewhere, and we can caravan up to the snow and do a DPL up there. That would be a blast. Wouldn't it? That would be a blast. Yes, Maria, I will share pictures. Largo, how cold? 35. I don't think Largo freezes. Okay? That was a fun, Mary, thank you. That was actually a really fun DPL. I'm telling you, I'm not joking. I'm not joking about this. I don't have anything going on this Sunday. I don't think. Let me check my calendar. Stand by. I don't think I do. And I would go. By the way, look at this that I posted. I'm going to show you this. I was going to do it on TV, but I don't know. You know, I'm somewhat hesitant to do stuff on TV that I do on the stream. So I made this. Can you see it? Or is it too out of focus? I can't tell. Look, guy's got a roll number 7 hoodie. So with the snow on the way, so you got people getting their bread and their milk with the snow falling inside the Publix and rule number 7 hoodie on. So Mike made one. Mike's here, I think, still here. He made one. It was very funny. And he's like, I'm like, Mike, that's a good idea. I'm taking that idea. I love that idea. I do not have Verizon, Kayla. I do not have Verizon. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go get dinner here. Something in the microwave. Maybe a pizza, I don't know. Tomorrow night, join us for DPL. It's our treat night on Thursday night. It's not mine, somebody else's. If we still have snow in the forecast and then we get to Friday and Saturday, it's road trip time. That road trip is a go. All right? What do you say? I think it'd be a blast. All right, so Gina, how you doing? It would be right now morning into early afternoon. So I would leave. I would probably leave Saturday night. It's a 4-hour drive, right on 19. I take 19, I'll take 75. And we'd get to Tallahassee just in time. Let's do it. What do you say? That would be a blast. All right. If it were to happen, you know, my gut tragically probably says that tomorrow night at this time we'll be like, nah, it's not going to happen. it takes a lot of things to come together for snow to happen in Florida. Let's be honest, it does. But if it does, we'll be ready. All right? Okay. So Melissa's in. Diana, it would be Tallahassee. It would be at Tallahassee. Okay, Amber's in. Terry says, don't eat chickens. Kelly, how you doing? Good to see you. We could talk to OMG. It's Wicks. I don't know if that would happen or not. He doesn't like cold weather. So I'm just saying. Okay, so Seth is in, and yeah. So all right, guys. All right, this is going to happen. If this map right here is right, if this map is right, Euro, GFS, Euro, GFS, Euro. If this map is right, we're going. Destin, I don't think so, because you'd be on the water. I think we got to go in a little bit. Oh, so somebody from PGH, from Salisbury. Yeah, yep. No, Pittsburgh. Sydney must be Pittsburgh, PGH. But PGH used to be a hospital, place I used to work. Wait a minute. You know what? Tampa does have a polar bear club, I think, because my son, as crazy as it is, was in something like that. My son Shay, for a period of time, Live Oak is not far enough north. Nope. My son, in a period of time, was like doing things where they would jump into this ridiculously cold water. I don't understand why people do that. I swear I don't. But he did it for a period of time. I don't really know if it was a polar bear club or not. Brooksville will not get snow either. All right. Susan just tuned in. If it is going to snow Sunday, it would be like the Panhandle, maybe Tallahassee. If. I don't know where in Tallahassee. So I don't know where Ackworth, Georgia is, but anywhere in southwest Georgia, Francis has a chance. So again, look, I'll say it again for the record at 8:05. The odds of this happening are probably pretty slim. They probably are. But there is a chance. And for the first time in 2 months, we had something to talk about on DPL that was actually weather-related and kind of interesting. So that's the plan, all right? We'll be back here tomorrow, all right? We'll meet up this way. We'll look at the models. And if we still see it, we can start packing, all right? And then on Saturday, if there's any kind of a winter weather advisory for the Panhandle, or a winter storm watch, which I doubt there would be, but if there might be a winter weather advisory, maybe, I'm going. We got a caravan going, all right? It would be a blast. All right, so let's meet tomorrow night. We'll talk about this. And again, tonight, rain coming in overnight. Maybe a little bit of thunder in a couple of spots, probably not. And then tomorrow, the temperatures start to drop. All right, you guys are talking about the Polar Bear Club. What time on Sunday? We would probably leave middle of the night. I would probably leave 2 a.m. Depends on the timing, but I would want to get there before it starts snowing. And I would need to figure out how to turn on my four-wheel drive on my car, because I've never, ever used it. I'm not joking. There's a button to turn, but it's 9 years old. My guess is it might not even work. So I don't know. But so Jim says, meet at the Publix at 19 and Alderman. You know, that's funny you say that, because when we used to go on softball tournaments with my daughter, that's where the parking lot we would meet at. Alderman and 19 in that Publix parking lot before we went to Ocala, before we went to a tournament in Ocala. That's actually where we stopped. That's hysterical. No, not in the station. That's out of my way. Yeah, Kevin, it's not that I don't know how to use it. It's that I don't know if it would work. It's been 9 years since that's been turned. My guess is the entire transmission would fall out if I tried to put that car in four-wheel drive. So I don't know. Darlene, where are we going? If, and it's a giant if, and it's probably not going to happen. I'll say this again. If this scenario were to play out and there would be measurable snow, like an inch of snow in Tallahassee, I say we road trip. I say we caravan up. It would be a blast. Gina, you have the Ford. Yeah, Gina used to work at the Toyota dealer. And, there's the button, right? And it turns from 2 to 4. So it's pretty easy how to do it. But I'm totally serious. I would think the transmission might just go bloop. Because it's got 106,000 miles on it. It's in great shape. But I've never used the 4-wheel drive. Not even during hurricane season, I didn't use it. When I was driving around in all that wind and rain, I still never used it. Oh, Cindy, we know that one. That's Christmas Story. Jody, why are you hidden? It is the craziest thing. All right, so Darlene is in. All right, so Publix opens at 7 a.m. No. We got to leave before then. Got to leave before then. If we were to go, we'd have to leave around 1, 2 a.m. Yeah, I would think that would be the best way to do it. All right, so there you go. Let's check in tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully the models are still showing something. If they're not, reality of it is they're probably not going to be. But this was a fun show. So thanks for stopping by, guys. The internet did not freeze. Glorious. And what a fun. This is the way DPL is supposed to work. When it works, it works. So so thank you to our crack engineering staff for getting the internet working, running. It's just awesome. So have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow night. Fingers crossed. On our next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. See you guys.